In this video, we are going to talk about the top 10 timeless classic cars. So before starting, please like this video and subscribe to this channel for future updates. Let's start. Number 10. Ford GT40. You might recognize the automobile from the film Ford v Ferrari. The Ford GT40 was a high-performance endurance racing automobile from the United States. During the early 1960s, the first three variations were designed and manufactured in the United Kingdom based on the Lola Mk6. The Mk4 was developed and manufactured in the United States. The range was powered by a succession of Ford V8 engines developed in the United States and adapted for racing. The GT40 was not a competitive success at first, but that changed when the project was shifted to the United States, where additional revisions enhanced the car's performance and reliability. Number 9. Lamborghini Miura P400. With their distinctive naturally aspirated V10 and V12 engines, Lamborghini continues to produce some of the most amazing automobiles to this day. The Miura wasn't Lamborghini's first car, but it was a watershed moment for the company and the industry. John Paolo Dallara, Paolo Stanzani, and Bob Wallace, three of Lamborghini's finest engineers, spent 1965 developing a prototype called the P400, which they envisioned as a road car with racing heritage, capable of winning on the track as well as being driven on the road by car enthusiasts. The P400 was the first supercar to use a two-seater configuration with a rear mid-engine, which has since been the industry standard for high-performance sports and supercars. Number 8. Aston Martin DB5. Without a classic Aston Martin, this list would be incomplete. Mr. James Bond's renowned automobile has appeared in a number of films, including GoldenEye, The World Is Not Enough, and Tomorrow Never Dies, to name a few. The Aston Martin DB5 is a British luxury Grand Tourer GT that was created by Carrozzeria Touring Superleggera and manufactured by Aston Martin. It was an evolution of the final series of DB4 and was released in 1963. The DB5 is the most well-known James Bond automobile, despite not being the first in the DB series. It initially debuted in the 1964 James Bond film Goldfinger and reappeared in the most recent film No Time to Die. Number 7. BMW M1. The BMW M1 is one of, if not the most, rare automobiles ever made. It's all about BMW and Lamborghini's love affair. From 1978 until 1981, BMW built the M1, model code E26, a mid-engine sports car. Lamborghini and BMW agreed to create a production racing car in sufficient quantity for homologation in the late 1970s. But disagreements emerged, prompting BMW to produce the car themselves. Between 1978 and 1981, the BMW M1 was sold to the general public. It is the first mass-produced BMW mid-engine vehicle. The i8 plug-in hybrid sports car is the second. The BMW M1 was a colossal flop for such a great automobile. It was intended to take the racing world by storm, but it got lost in the changing tides of the times, disappearing after only 3 years. The M1 might have been the right car at the wrong time, Car and Driver wrote in 1981. But every driver deserves a turn behind the wheel of what is possibly the fastest fast car ever created. Number 6. Maserati 3500 GT. One thing is for certain. From chassis design to the sound of naturally aspirated engines, the Italians know how to create everlasting classics. They created a number of groundbreaking and timeless cars. Maserati's first foray into the realm of Gran Turismo and normal series-produced cars was the 3500 GT. Between 1957 and 1964, it was produced. The 3500 GT was available in two body styles, a two-door coupe and a drop-top. The GT was powered by a modified version of the Maserati 350S's DOHC 12-valve straight-six engine, which had been converted to a touring car by converting to a wet sump oil system. The engine was a 3.5-liter naturally aspirated unit. This engine has a 6-cylinder arrangement with 2 valves per cylinder and double overhead camshaft valve gear. At 5,500 RPM, It produced 265 brake horsepower, 269 PS/198 kilowatts of power and 354 Newton-meters of maximum torque at 4,000 RPM. The power was delivered to the driven wheels via a 5-speed manual transmission. It is claimed that it can attain a top speed of 235 km per hour, 146 miles per hour. Number 5. Mercedes-Benz 300 SL. Despite the fact that the 300 SL was debuted about 70 years ago, the design is still stunning. The Mercedes-Benz 300 SL was a two-seater sports automobile that came in two different configurations. The coupe variant debuted in 1954, followed by the Roadster in 1957. It was based on the company's W194 race vehicle from 1952, which had direct mechanical fuel injection to boost the 3-liter crankshaft straight-six engine's performance by over 50%. It was a sports car champion and the fastest mass-produced car of its day, with a top speed of 263 km per hour, 163 miles per hour. Number 4. Jaguar XJ220. Jaguars bite harder than any other large cat. In the automotive business, the XJ220 was no exception. From 1992 to 1994, the Jaguar XJ220 was a two-seat sports automobile produced by Jaguar, a British luxury car manufacturer. It was a cooperation with Tom Walkinshaw Racing, a specialist automobile and motorsport engineering firm. During testing by Jaguar at the Nardo test circuit in Italy, the XJ220 reached a high speed of 212.3 miles per hour, 341.7 kilometers per hour, making it the fastest production car from 1992 to 1993. According to Jaguar, an XJ220 prototype set a lap time of 7:46.36 at the Nürburgring in 1991, which was faster than any previous production car's lap time. A 3,498 cubic centimeters, 3.5 L, twin-turbocharged V6 engine powered the production version of the XJ220. This engine was a radically rebuilt and significantly revised version of the Austin Rover V64V V6 engine, which replaced the Jaguar V12 shown in the prototype car. The weight and dimensions of the engine were factors in the decision to replace it. Also, for the sake of environmental concerns, the XJ220's wheelbase and weight were both reduced due to the shorter V6 engine configuration. When it was discovered that the V12 engine would have problems fulfilling pollution regulations at the same time, it was firmly ruled out. Number 3. Alfa Romeo Tipo 33 Stradale. It is not only one of Alfa Romeo's most unusual cars, but also one of the most costly cars ever sold. Franco Scaglione designed the car, which debuted at the Turin Motor Show in 1967. Two headlights were originally positioned under each other under the streamlined lampshades. The bottoms were too low to be legally allowed on the road, so they had to be modified. A single windscreen wiper has also been replaced with two conventional components for practical reasons. The car accelerates from a standstill to 100 km per hour in less than 6 seconds, and has a top speed of 260 km per hour. With a time of 24.0 seconds over the standing kilometer in 1968, it was the quickest commercially available car. Similar performance cars of the time, such as the Lamborghini Miura, Ferrari Daytona, and Maserati Ghibli, all had twice the cylinder capacity of the Stradale. Number 2. Ferrari Testarossa. We could spend all day to list all of the legendary Ferrari models, but we'd never get to the end. The Maranello-based firm has presented us with a plethora of outstanding automobiles. Because there are so few, it would be easier to enumerate models that have failed. The Testarossa is one of the most recognizable Ferraris. It's many of us childhood dream automobile. The Ferrari Testarossa is a 12-cylinder mid-engine sports car produced by Ferrari that debuted in 1984 as a replacement for the Ferrari Berlinetta Boxer. The Pininfarina-designed car was produced from 1984 to 1991, with two model modifications, the 512TR and F512M, made from 1992 to 1996, following the end of Testarossa production. It was one of the most mass-produced Ferrari models, with about 10,000 cars built in total, including revised versions. Number 1. Porsche 911 993. Who hasn't heard about 911, the classic sports automobile of Ferdinand Porsche? The engine is an air-cooled straight-six boxer with rear-wheel drive. We don't think there are any vehicle aficionados who don't appreciate the 911's history and performance. In the automotive sector, it's a bold statement. A little background information. The 911 is what most people think of when they think of Porsche. While the 911 is Porsche's most well-known model, the company did not begin with it. The 356 was the name of their first automobile. The successor was supposed to be called the 901, but Peugeot claimed ownership of three-digit car names with a zero in the center. As a result, Porsche renamed their future icon, and the 911 was created. It's difficult to pick a single classic 911 because all of the generations are amazing vehicles with their own distinct personalities. The 993 is the one that stands out the most. It was the last air-cooled 911 variant to be produced. Many Porsche fans believe that this is the final 911. The 993 featured a redesigned light alloy subframe with coil and wishbone suspension, which was an upgrade over the previous model. In addition, it was the first 911 with a 6-speed transmission. What do you think about our video? Let us know in the comment box below. Please like this video and subscribe to this channel for our future updates. Thank you.